Most people assume that if you want to get through a stack of lumber without breaking a sweat, you need a corded beast that weighs as much as a small engine. But then you pick up this Porter Cable 20V cordless saw, and suddenly that assumption feels a bit outdated. It is surprisingly light, coming in at just around 6.5 pounds, which is a massive win if you are working overhead or just moving around a job site all day. You know that feeling when you are halfway through a cut and your arm starts shaking because the tool is just too heavy. That is pretty much a non-issue here. The handle has this contoured, overmolded grip that actually feels like it was designed for a human hand, not just a block of plastic. It sits comfortably, and the balance is decent enough that you are not constantly fighting the tool to keep your line straight. Now, let's talk about the business end of things. It uses a 6.5-inch blade, which gives you a cutting depth of about 2.1/8 inches. For most framing or general DIY projects, that is the sweet spot. It is not going to slice through a thick timber beam in one pass, but for plywood, 2x4s, and standard boards, it handles the work without much fuss. The motor spins up quickly, and while it might not have the raw, aggressive torque of a massive professional-grade saw, it gets the job done cleanly. One thing that really stands out is the beveling shoe. It pivots up to 50 degrees, which is honestly more than most people will ever need. But it is nice to have that flexibility for those weird, non-traditional cuts that pop up when you are least expecting them. It feels sturdy enough, too, which is a relief because some of these compact saws can feel a bit flimsy in the adjustment department. Now here is the reality check. This is a bare tool, meaning you are not getting a battery or a charger in the box. If you are already deep into the Porter Cable 20V ecosystem, that is great news because you can just snap in a pack you already own. But if you are starting from scratch, keep in mind that the cost of those batteries adds up fast. Also, while the blade material is listed as high-speed steel, you might find yourself wanting to swap that out for a higher quality carbide blade if you're doing a lot of heavy-duty work. The stock blade is fine for light tasks, but a better blade really wakes this thing up. It is not the most powerful saw on the market, and it is not trying to be. It is a compact, portable, and genuinely convenient tool for someone who values mobility over raw, corded power. If you are looking for something to keep in the truck for quick cuts, or to handle home renovations without dragging an extension cord across the entire house, this thing is a solid contender. It is not perfect, but for the price and the weight, it is hard to argue with the utility it brings to the table.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.